On the television, they were showing films or pictures of civil society organizations, for that matter, NGOs, that were carrying out interventions in the northern sector, in various communities on HIV/AIDS. School children were given bicycles to do peer education. A whole lot of things were going through. A lot of communities were getting these interventions. But Bole district was not mentioned in the intervention process. But anytime they showed Bole district was leading on HIV prevalence in the whole country. And incidentally, Bole district was the first to diagnose HIV in Ghana, precisely at Tenga Hospital. Nobody really cared what happened in Bole. Children were dying. A lot of people were dying. Television was telecasting these things. Everybody was watching. Nobody really cared. I watched the news item, and before I realized I was shedding tears. I couldn't withstand it. The following day, I got up and went to Action Aid Ghana. I told the director, as at then, one Mr. Charles went away. I went and told him, I said, Director, do you people really care what is happening in Bole? Look at all the interventions that are going on. And look at what is happening in Bole. Some of those communities, they were zero listed. Are we really serious? Please, Action Aid, what can you do to help Bole? Please, do something. I also do intervention in Bole. I said, who am I? He said, no, go to Bole district. Go and gather some data on HIV. Analyze it and bring it to me. I obeyed him, and the next time I met him, I was calling the results. He asked me to come back the following day. When I met him, he said I should go and meet the accounts officer. The accounts officer gave me a check. I went and drew the check. I went to Bole. I organized the Ghana Education Service, organized district assembly. I went to schools, got school children. We marched through the principal streets of Bole with pressmen. Then henceforth, I set up a program. I went to all the principal towns in the Bole district as I've been, starting from Nole to from Bamboi to Nole. We set up peer education groups in various schools. And I quite remember our late Mandarora Chief Dramani. As I said, he was teaching in GA primary school. Primary school, yes. JSS, yes, at Sola. I came to him, we put our heads together. And I made him the coordinator for this sector. He was one of those people who joined me and we fought HIV strong. In the course of fighting HIV, tuberculosis, is also linked with HIV. I got a funding to do tuberculosis. And I was the first NGO again to get funding for tuberculosis. By then, I had quickly organized my organization and registered it. In fact, by the year 2020, we had registered as in 2019. By the year 2000, we had registered as an NGO. And a lot of other interventions started coming. We had interventions partnering with ILO, UNGP, Global Environmental Facility, Conservation International, and many others. Though we remain so small at the background because we are not on the cameras, people really don't hear us. We have done a lot of interventions across the border districts. And some of our interventions get extended up to the West Region.
And I want to sincerely extend my gratitude to the director and the team. Beginning from this academic year, the opening day, the team, they were in town. We have to move from up to Saneri, the opening day, just to ensure that both teachers and learners are in school. And it was a great day. We appreciate their work. Today's workshop is focusing on reading. And as we all know, all the other subjects, not that they are not important, all the other subjects is built on reading. Because once you cannot read and understand, if they say you should add and you don't understand the word add, you end up by minusing. And that one alone, your answer is already wrong. So reading and understanding is the bedrock for all the other subjects. So as we are lacking, and then our schools are part of these interventions, let us embrace it. Let us encourage ourselves. Let us motivate ourselves. I came here briefly when Doctor was making his presentation. And what he mentioned, and I was so pleased, was, what can I do to bring a change? And not what other stakeholders can do. As an individual, what positive impact can I make in my community? And that is very important. Sometimes we say, what can I alone do to change Ghana? I've been hearing people saying it. So if I say, what can I do to change Ghana? And another person says that, another person, at the end of the day, it means there is no going to be change. But if we start from our end, what we can do to change the situation in our community, in our environment, or wherever that we are, then we are going to impact so many lives, and everybody will try, and then we change it. At the end of the day, it will replicate, and then we get to wherever that we want to be. So as we are living here, we are still starting the whole program, or we have started and we've come to the middle of the program. Let us share our experiences. Let us go back and motivate the learners. Let us motivate ourselves. Some of these interventions is about sacrificing. And sometimes when you sacrifice, at the end of the day, you look back and you'll be very glad. It's not about maybe the resources we will get for ourselves. But one day, when you look at the impact that you have made in the communities, the impact that you have made in somebody's life, you say, Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful to God. At least I have contributed positively for this person, and this person is this. And sometimes when we teach children, mostly I started my work briefly here, but most of my working career was down south. So sometimes I'll go and then somebody will be teaching me, and it's like I can't even recognize the students, and now some of them are doctors and lawyers and teachers. Yes. And so when you look at that, you are always happy. You look back and you see the impact that you have made in their lives, and you are always happy. And Doctor made reference when a director was presenting the genesis of how this CDC bulletin came about. He identified a problem in the community at that time. The challenges that are there, the issues that are there, then you ask yourself, what can I do to be an agent of positive change in that community? And the little that we can do, not all of us can come this far, but the little that we can do, let us just do it. When the time comes for us to leave the stage, we will leave it and we will leave it gracefully. On this note, I would like to take too much of our time. Let us just encourage ourselves. Let us participate actively. Let us make the school environment, and learning doesn't take place only in the school environment. Let us encourage our children wherever they find themselves. Let them continue to reading. They should read and understand. Let's encourage them wherever that they find themselves. They should always read. And at the end of the day, we are going to make a great impact in Solatona Kamba and Ghana as a whole. On this note, I duly complete the workshop for today. Thank you.
When I came to this area, sometimes when I'm teaching and then I'm to explain certain things, the language is always the problem.
Yeah, he's doing so well. David is really a good find. I've never regretted having him as my channel. I would have. CDC is not a democratic institution. There are certain times we just have to take some decisions without consulting people so that we'll be able to work much easily than we want to do. Otherwise, what I want to say, I would have been suggesting that let us find out who will be joining the committee from the senior high. But I have taken my decision. I'm sorry. You see, for the sake of expedience, we have decided that the person coming from Sola should join that group. Because every now and then they keep on holding meetings, and so we want those who are within the committee to be around Sola, so that if you are far away and they want to hold a meeting within a matter of, sometimes some situations happen they want to hold a meeting within hours. This is the time they will have to try to get you wherever you are, and whatever you are doing. Maybe you are also doing some very crucial things. You have to put it aside and now start finding a vehicle to straddle your way into Sola. So it is for this reason I have decided that why don't we take the person coming from Sosek, to join the team. I think that I may not be fair, but if you look at it from another angle, I think I'm fair. So, as David said, if you don't clap hands for me, Okay. I'm sorry for that. Can we have the Sola Sosek? Sosek, please. Stand and place you. Sosek, am I fair or am I not fair?
It's well justified.
It's well taken.
Okay, Doctor says your work will justify. I want to hear it for your own mouth, so that I want to hear that you are committed to doing what you want to do. So once you are from Sosek and you are close by, so that we can always take immediate decisions. It's not that the others are not good. I've seen their contributions. Perfect, very nice. But
I'm ready to avail myself.
you are ready to avail
Yes.
yourself. Okay. So, but we will always be doing this in consultation. If there are times you need to consult your colleagues in other schools, you consult them. You understand that? I'm very sorry for the decision taken. For example, the first guy, I have been admiring your presentations since yesterday. Unfortunately, my decision has.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you very, very much.
Musa Ahmed from Delegate TH. The other problem I want to put before my colleague is getting supportive guardian or parent is another problem. How am I saying that? There was a time when I did homework to my children, I realized that they bring the homework back to the class and read the following one. Then it got to a time when I realized this.
The child start reading. He or she writes BC and get at the 30, at the 35, the teacher, your child. So how do you feel? How will the society look at you? So let's start putting certain things in place in our immediate home, then we can build it up to the school level. You can have care. You need to do follow-ups. Because if you are giving a class, as a very good teacher, within a week, you should assess the class and know who is coming home and who is not coming. So we can begin to do these things, identify and implement those things. Because there are no challenges at home, there are no challenges in the school. You go to the class, somebody will be first from P1 to DSS3. There's no challenge. So we need to cut them to look up to challenges. You don't allow one person to be first from KG to DSS3. It's just direct. So let's build up the.
When I think to this area, sometimes when I'm teaching and then I'm to explain certain things, the language is always the problem. Because I don't understand Wala as well as Goja. So I can also explain things in the Bani or Kumbumba.
Musa Ahmed from Delegate TH. The other problem I want to put before my colleague is getting supportive guardian or parent is another problem. How am I saying that? There was a time when I did homework to my children, I realized that they bring the
we help somebody to rise up, even if you have nothing, the person point to you someplace and point the hand at this person, that means you will be like, it's even more than you have a cars and everything. So, why that everywhere we find ourselves as kids, let us try and encourage the children, but especially the children, they need some political guidance. Sometimes they will be doing certain things they don't know. So they use some political guidance. These days, the materials are there for the children, and they are not making it for them. But they don't know what. Yeah, they just want things that will satisfy them now. And tomorrow, they will face a bigger challenge. They face a bigger challenge. So that one thing I want us to try and help the children. That we should use different strategies.
I've been monitoring. It got to a time I asked whether that is okay or not. He said no. One of them told me that the mother said that he should go and tell that his teacher to get them a lantern to come and be using for the same, not the Latin he always used for activities in the house. So he just kept me up, like trying to help their word. And you are telling me to go and buy a lantern to come and give their word to see. So sometimes we put our best, but when we don't get the support, we still need to
A very profound statement that if there's a problem and a leader fails to solve the problem, that the problem becomes the leader and the leader becomes the problem. So these problems are in our communities, they are in our schools. So and we are the leaders in those schools. So it's now our duty for us to do something about these problems. If not, they will become the leaders and we, the supposed leaders, will become the problem. So let us try to brighten the small corner that we all have in our schools and communities. Thank you.
Most of the students are from the villages around, and then they are staying with people who are either from the village or who their parents are friends with. And in the area, there's no light in the area. So it's not even possible to organize a prep or meet the students. And then on weekends, they need to go to the village for foodstuffs. How best are we also going to solve this problem of meeting, since there is no need for us to have any extra funds?
So I hope you are jotting them down. Somebody gave us one earlier on a language issue.
But they will treat that person as a bad teacher. What will happen? So as I was just saying that when a teacher is doing something and we all accept that the teacher is doing well, we have to also do some motivation for that teacher. That's what I was just talking about. And this program that we are also running, yes, this program is very helpful. And some of us are facing the challenges on this program. This the below is here. The last time we came for our school, children to read and we selected the best children to go for the reading competition. He saw how our children were just out with their number to take part. Because it was just limited for some small number. He has seen it. And this, what we did and what we are doing in the school is that we always have a camp for the reading. We organize a camp for the reading lesson. We also give our little that we are having to motivate the children. Because of that, it always make the children to have the zeal to take part in this reading competition. Me, they say that to say, I did a lot of things, or I've been doing a lot of things. Even some time ago, I was having a challenge, a lot of challenge with some of the parents, but they were thinking otherwise, which I was also thinking different way. Because of that, but I didn't see it to be anything. Later on, the parents realized that no, what this person is doing is helping our children. We are seeing changes. But it came to a time and I stopped it because of they even went ahead and reported me to the CS. And today, as I'm speaking, they saw the effect of me stopping that thing. Because what I was doing for some of the students, they are seeing the effect on them when I stopped that thing. But later on, I also regretted for doing that and I started what I was doing again. And that is why I'm just encouraging my colleagues that this program will see a lot of challenges,
but let's just bear in mind that know what you are doing and forget about what people are
Well, we know the books are not enough, so we need more books. So we are praying that by the time the year comes to an end, or next year, we'll have more books. Frequent monitoring and supervision is needed. As for that one, we all know some of the things. I think it was his uncle. So when we went to do the quiz, the school level, he was telling me, at this school, I suspect that they are not reading the books. It might be true or not true, but because we don't monitor and visit schools. Intensify reading competition in schools. This one not necessarily the committee, but you can also do say, you can always set, you can draw your own itinerary that this time we'll be doing reading competition, class, or in the same class, boys, girls, and all those things. That one can also help them to be able to read. Then the last one, to design template or yearly calendar of activities. I think this point, Dr. raised it. It is very good. That's what I just told you. You can also do same. And at our level, we also do same. We know that at the point in time, not necessarily the date specific, but within this period, this and this is what we'll be doing. If we are able to do that and monitor it, I think almost everything will be done in an orderly manner. The last one, the need for refresher training for teachers. That is, thankfully, it was through this. When we sent the report, I think our boss needed to the refresher training and go in time for. So let's pray for more grace that will have more refresher training and then all of us.
Said when they entered the studio, some of them couldn't get seats to sit. Is it not possible that next time when you are organizing such things, you can do it outside the studio where they will connect for the general public to listen to? Because there's that option too. How for the studio, you cannot accommodate up to
Thank
10
you.
people. So
I think when the committee brought this thing forward, that was just what we somehow.
He's doing so well. David is really a good find. I've never regretted having him as the channel. I would have. CDC is not a democratic institution. There are certain times we just have to take some decisions without consulting people so that we'll be able to work much easier than we want to do. Otherwise, what I want to say, I would have been suggesting that let us find out who will be joining the committee from the senior high. But I've taken my decision. I'm sorry. You see, for the sake of expedience, we have decided that the person coming from Sola should join that group. Because every now and then they keep on holding meetings. And so we want those who are within the committee to be around Sola. So that if you are far away and they want to hold a meeting within a matter of, sometimes some situations happen they want to hold a meeting within hours. This is the time they will have to try to get you wherever you are, and whatever you are doing. Maybe you are also doing some very crucial things. You have to put it aside and now start finding a vehicle to straddle your way into Sola. So it is for this reason I have decided that why don't we take the Sola, the person coming from Sola, Sosek, to join the team. I think that I may not be fair, but in some, if you look at it from another angle, I think I'm fair. So, as David said, if you don't clap hands for me, I'll clap hands. I'm sorry for that. Can we have the Sola, Sosek? Sosek, please, stand up, please. Sosek, am I fair or am I not fair?
It's well justified. It's well taken.
Okay, Doctor says your work will justify. I want to hear it from your own mouth, so that I want to hear that you are committed to doing what you want to do. So once you are from success and you are close by, so that we can always take immediate decisions. It's not that the others are not good. I've seen their contributions. Perfect, very nice. But
I'm ready to avail myself.
You are ready to avail yourself. Okay. So, but we will always be doing this in consultation. If there are times you need to consult your colleagues in the other schools, you consult them. You understand that? I'm very sorry for the decision taken. For example, the first guy, I have been admiring your presentations since yesterday. Unfortunately, my decision has.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you very, very much.
My right, so that we can quickly do the adjustments, because we need to work as a team. First and foremost, the forms that we are going to give you have places that are supposed to be filled. We need to find out.
You people are doing. Yes, we are also looking at the challenges facing reading, and we talk about the interference of our mobile phones of today. Instead of taking a book to read, you see us reading our mobile phone messages. And we are suggesting that CDC should think about soft copy of storybooks into the internet for readers who like the mobile phone to go there, download and read. The few available libraries with books are far away from most of the readers. And so the need for the mobile library. That should be the solution to it. Because right now, if we look at Solotona Kalba, the whole district, if you want a library, it means that you have to come to Sola. Those from Kalba and beyond will have to come to Sola. So, making library accessible.
I just have some 3 points to add to what my colleagues have just said. One of the challenges is lack of personalized book selection. So we have the view that teachers should understand that each child has his interest and preference when it comes to selection of books. And so they should be mindful when it comes to reading. So we are also of the view that teachers should provide the opportunity for children to choose books based on their interests, not just any book they think that a child can read. Then the other challenge we identify is lack of interactive reading sections. So we are of the view that teachers should make reading sessions interactive by asking questions, encouraging discussion, and also involving learners in storytelling processes. So this will motivate them to actually read. Then the third challenge that we identified is lack of the use of multi-sensory approach in our teaching. So we think that as teachers, if we incorporate multi-sensory elements such as music or crop to enhance the reading experience of learners, it will help them a lot. And finally, we are in IT world and we cannot run away the use of technology integration when it comes to reading. So we think that the lack of technology integration in our teaching process is one of the challenges that we are facing. So we have the view that as teachers, if we use educational apps such as interactive e-books or audio books to cater for the different learning styles of learners, it will also help a lot. I think these are the few things that I have to also add. Thank you very much.
to Kingdom Mission Work, our main donor for this program. In fact, their commitment has helped us to come this far, and they are still ready to commit themselves to support us to find our feet. I also want to render this vote of thanks to DK Austria, who introduced us to Kingdom Mission Work, and I will never forget to mention Rosie Scottman, who hatched this idea with me. Wherever I go, I always want to remember her and to give her the thanks. And who knows, wherever these cameras may reach, if you hear it, all those names I've mentioned, CDC is saying thank you very, very much. And all that you have done for CDC, God will certainly replenish wherever their strengths are coming from. The children are really benefiting from it. They are really benefiting. And the teachers who are sitting here are joining hands to help the children to really benefit. Back home, my own chairman, board chairman, Dr. Salifu Mahana of UTS fame, we will never forget to thank you. You say you don't kill the goose that lays the golden egg. In fact, Dr. Mama, where he started with CDC, were nowhere to be found. But he polished us and helped us to reach where we are. Now we have 3 doctors with CDC name. You have seen one of the doctors here. There's another one, Dr. Balika. And he's also tremendous. Our thanks goes to Dr. Balika as well. And to my staff, and to the committee. In fact, we say the hen or the fowl does not thank the refuse here, because he will always go there. But I have endeavored to thank you, though I know I will always come back to our participants. One thing I like so much about this group is that they are not just participants. They are the torchbearers of the reason. You are the people who are going to make it work. The project is yours. Take it and make it your own. We have been discussing a lot of things with Dr. Nicholas, and he has encouraged you a lot. Just in your own corner, just take this project, make it your own. One day you will see the doctors and engineers and great teachers and what have you. You will see them rise up and your joy will be full. Thank you so much for accepting to be part of us. Not just for the workshop, but the continuation of it. I want to take this opportunity to thank Director and her entourage, because it's not easy. I've run programs and programs and programs. Sometimes the top people, you will do everything to get them, you won't get them. They won't come. At best, they will even send people to come. But since I started with Director has always done everything to be part of my programs. She's really the mother that we are looking for, and I really pray that where she sits will be seen one day as a stepping stone. I always pray for her. And I believe in my spirit that the God that I worship will help you to rise above where you are.
So just came from Accra, and they engaged me. Even I was there when DTO called, or my planner called and said, we are about to close here, so I should try and come here. I was even saying, you are there, PRO is there, let one of you even step in for me. He said, no, you have to come yourself. And so I have to rush here and then ask the people to be with my supervision. So I would have liked to be here throughout the program, but it's unfortunate. But I know my honorable, my PRO, my planner is here, and then my statistician. So the whole office is even here. So I know whatever I've missed, they will brief me later on. Morning, to thank a director, and I'll say Care for Deprived Community Ghana, for organizing this one-day workshop on reading in our school. It's an intervention, and we are very grateful to be part of this intervention. And I want to assure you, Director, on our part, as teachers of Solatuna Kalba, we will not let you down. Yes. We have learned a lot when you come around. So we thank you, and we are most grateful to you. And we hope this is not going to be a 9-day wonder. It's just going to be a stepping stone, so that always you will come to us when we needed you to improve education in Solatuna Kalba. And to my colleague teachers, participants, I will even say participants, you call them, you use a certain word. Torch bearers. Yes, because we are not only participants. When we carry the spirit of whatever that we have learned to our schools, I know we are going to deliver them. We are grateful for making it time to be here. You could have decided not to come, but you are here with us. Spend the whole day. It's not easy. We even go above this. So in your small corner, just brighten wherever that you are. No sacrifice is a waste. Whatever that you are doing for these younger ones is not a waste. You will one day see the fruits. On this note, I wish all of us traveling mercies both far and near to our various destinations. And as you go there, whatever that you have learned, I'll repeat, go and implement. Go and add more ingredients to it, so that when our direct efforts, they come to monitor, they will see that yes, there is a great change in our schools. They will see the difference. Greater learning outcomes in our children. So on this note, I draw the curtains to a close, and I wish you all traveling mercies to your various places. Thank you.
Thank you.